Hello everybody, Becca Switzer here. Don't mind my appearance. I'm on my way to get my lashes did. Still dealing with the good old-fashioned pleurisy, and I've just kind of been taking it easy here the last couple days, following the flu and bronchitis and all that stuff I've talked about. But I wanted to share a few more reflections. I'm really taking this experience, this little part of my life right now, with a recent breakup that I had. I'm really diving deep into like my personal boundaries and expectations and like belief systems, I guess, about myself that maybe I'm not really paying close enough attention to or giving attention to. And something that my very close friend and I were talking about yesterday was like, why was I accepting in that relationship like so little? Like I was giving 200% every single day, no matter what, but I was getting back like the bare minimum. Like I was giving a mile, this person was giving an inch. And then, but I was like, and I knew that was happening. I had journaled about it way back in the very beginning, like the red flags and stuff like that, and knowing that I wasn't being treated right or fairly, knowing that I was over giving and this person like was giving me the bare minimum. But the question arose, like, why was I okay with it? Why did I allow that to go on for so long? And, you know, my friend Zane, he was like, well, you did stand up for yourself several times. You did bring it to his attention and say, you know, these are things that aren't working for me and that don't make me feel very good. And like, this is not how I want to be treated. And I did do that, but only up to a certain point. I would get pushed to a point, like a breaking point, raise my voice and say something, you know, express how I was feeling, but I wouldn't enforce that with, let's just call it an ultimatum. Like, if you are not going to treat me this way, which is the way that I deserve to be treated, then I'm gone. I didn't do that, and so then I dove deeper into that. Well, why wasn't I comfortable reinforcing that boundary with an ultimatum? Like, if I don't get treated this way because I know I deserve to be treated this way, then I'm out. Well, because I think the truth is, now that I reflect on it, deep down, my fear and belief was this: if I really stand up for myself and I say, this is what I want, this is what I need, and this is honestly what I deserve, that person would walk away. They wouldn't go there. And that would reinforce to me, I'm not worth that person's effort in that way. I must not deserve it. I'm not worth that effort. And that's why I wasn't reinforcing that boundary. And I was kind of surprised to learn that last night as I was kind of examining the situation, because I was like, do I really not believe that? On one level, I do. I know that I put my best foot forward in every single thing that I do. I'm super generous, super loving, very selfless. And I do believe that I deserve the best. I think I don't necessarily deserve that I'm going to get it. And that's kind of sad. But we're the ones that decide what we allow and we don't allow, right? Like, we have to raise the bar. We have to say, look, this is what I want, what I need, and I won't accept anything less than that. So I'm going to be just spending some time learning from this experience, and also just giving myself grace, like forgiving myself for not treating myself well by allowing that type of treatment and stuff like that for so long. And I think that it's just a byproduct of choosing to see the best in people and being forgiving, and you know, I overdid it. So my bad self, I wrote myself a nice apology letter last night in my journal, like, hey, like, you know, you were doing your best, but in the future, like, some things that I've just been you know, reflecting on and stuff like that is believe behavior patterns. That's who people are. Like, believe their actions. When they do things, believe them. That's who they really are. Talk is cheap, right? Like, you can say whatever you want to say, things sound good, but believe who people are when they show you who they are through their repeated actions and patterns and behaviors. Like, that's an easy one. Don't ignore red flags. I blatantly, from the very get-go with this experience, I wrote in my journal, like, all these red flags, and my friends were like, you knew that from the beginning. So I really need to trust myself more, give myself more credit. That's something we can all practice. Like, our intuition is often right, isn't it? So that's another one. A shorter leash, a shorter window of opportunity. Like, what do they say in business? Hire slow, fire fast. That's something that I'm really going to try to practice more. And no more fixer-uppers, no more charity cases. Like, you hear this advice all the time, and it's like, you have to be a whole, complete person and meet another whole, complete person to come together and, like, be able to really serve each other well and love each other well. You can't take on these cases where it's like, you're in love with the potential. You get charmed and you see the potential, and you really just want to, maybe if I just love this person enough and I'm generous and patient with them enough, and I just show them how to love, then they'll be able to do that back for me. Bullshit. They don't. This is something that they have to do on their own. So whether that's somebody that you're hiring, or that's a significant other, or a friend, or whatever, like, it's not your job to fix people, it's their job. So we do have to be a little bit more ruthless, I think, with who we do allow in our close inner circle. That is up to us. No more charity cases, no more fixer-uppers. That's a rule. New rule. So I'd love to hear your guys' ideas and thoughts and your experiences. Again, I'm not trying to smite this individual or anything. I genuinely am learning, using this experience as a learning experience, and really for the first time just wanting to up my personal boundaries and standards, and I'm trying to figure out what those really are. So I'd love to hear from you guys, what you guys have learned, any advice that you have, and let's up our expectations. Like, we deserve to have the best possible life experience. So who we surround ourselves with, who we give to, what we put in our bodies, like how we treat ourselves, all of those things matter. And that's what our life is made up of. So as always, it's a pleasure chatting and sharing with you guys. Thanks for listening to me. I promise I'll wash my hair someday soon. It's been a rough week, but love you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.